Hello, and welcome to the OpenMarch April update. I'm not going to make separate feature and development videos because I don't really think there's enough in either to do a separate one each, but I will start out with the features if that's what you're interested in. Sorry if the audio is bad at points, by the way. I haven't really tested it. I put a noise gate on so you didn't hear me breathing all the time, um, but I don't know if my voice is getting cut off, so we'll see. Um, I made the text bigger for y'all, by the way. Okay, but first thing, I'm going to jump right into features. Uh, one of the most significant things that happened this month, but I'm not really advertising it as a feature because it was just kind of a last minute thing I did, was make a build, like an installable file or a thing. Um, it's really rough. I don't really know a lot about packaging applications, but what I do know is on my Mac, I launched this OpenMarch.app and it works. Like, what? It was actually, it blew my mind how when this launched and it like I tried it on like another computer, I tried it on a Windows computer, um, of course with an exe. Like my mind was blown. Like I had been working so long on this, and like I this was actually something I could send to people. I've had a couple people try it. Of course, not seriously. Please don't use this for dual writing right now. I don't know what bugs exist. Um, but yeah, like look, that is in there. Let's add some marchers. Right, we have a piccolo, and we have a page. Awesome. So actually, marchers. There are a few things that went into this update. This is actually, I think this build is from earlier in this month, so a lot of the things I did aren't in here, but some of them are. One of the things I did was create this. You want to say hi, Merlin? Maybe Merlin. How do you? Um, One of the things I did was create these buttons, align vertically, align horizontally, evenly distribute vertically, evenly. And that works as simply as you'd think it would. Boom, and then do that. So I don't have anything like creating shapes or something, but if you're like, I definitely want them to span this yard line and this yard line, do that. And then it goes off of the leftmost marcher and rightmost marcher, so you can just do something like that. Evenly distribute, and then align vertically, and by doing that, it takes the mean of all the marchers, and you can just do this, and then round to the nearest step. And Merlin is biting me right now. Hey. All right, sorry, Boomer doesn't know how to pause OBS. Um, okay, so quick thing. Yes, this, what you can do is you can, let's say they're all shuffled like that, blah, blah, blah. What, like they're all over here, let's say. What it does is in the order of where they appear, they're just going to evenly distribute. So they can be in whatever order, and then you can do something like that, and then you just drag them down, and then round to the nearest whole step, and then they're all in the hashes, right? Same thing goes vertically. If they were all like here, and I wanted them to be in this order or something like that, you would do that. And then, yeah, that's a little bit weird why it does that. But then you would do something like that, and boom. I'm hoping that was the expected behavior. Whoops. There, great. See? Um, I say great, and why are they like this? Hold on. Great. See? Um, oh, it was because I rounded to the nearest whole step. I see. If I wanted to do this, do that, that, that. Cool. Yeah, so there's obviously, there should be an easier way to do that, like creating a line or something. Um, Besides that, as far as new features, the only thing I really have is yeah, I didn't watch the last update. We have things like this. We have animation. We have all that. Real nice. That's about it. This export thing works sometimes. It's in an application. That's new. The last thing I do want to show, and this is in the development build. I think I pushed this to the main branch. Can't remember. This, like, for whatever reason, shares the same memory as the launch build. Like, it launched this because it remembers. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. So, this is now the developer part. So if you're only worried about features and stuff, you can leave, but you're welcome to stay. You probably will just be bored. This took a lot of time. What you're looking, and you might not know what you're looking at, and that's hopefully the point someday. I can create a bunch of pages like this. I'm not starting over. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm not starting over. Oh, it was probably because the database is out of sync. Okay. Great. A smart software developer would version their databases and make sure that when an older version of software it remains compatible. I don't think I'm not smart, but I do think I don't have a lot of time, or every never mind. Basically, the reason that happened was because I added a bunch of new fields in the page class, and the launcher that I had for OpenMarch was an older version of OpenMarch, and so it didn't just add it; it just was like, this doesn't like if I open it. Yeah, here it is. SQL table has no column name rehearsal mark. Yeah, it's just not there. Older version didn't have it. Doesn't matter. We're here now. Making marchers. A bunch of pages. Let's make like 2 bass clarinets. All right. That's not there. Awesome. So say I want to make a bunch of pages. See how they're just incrementing automatically? Pretty easy, right? To do that. I think that wouldn't be that difficult. But what if you wanted to get rid? Let's make page 5 counts. That change saves. If we want to get rid of page 4, like we just don't need that set anymore. That's weird. What are you going to do about that? Does it for you. Wow. That's also not that difficult to do. Fun fact. What is difficult to do is, at least that I found difficult to do, is if you want to add pages in between existing pages. So say we want something after page 4, previous page, page 4. Give it 7 counts. Boom. Now, what just happened is page 5 had to be renamed to page 6, and page 6 had to be renamed to page 7. Page 5 had to be put in here. You can see kind of all of this mishmash of things, like, and had to like insert into a new update things, and I also had to make it so you like if I edited the counts of this page to page 9, you can undo it pretty easily. I just pressed undo, redo, undo, it undoes, redo, it redos. But I haven't tested this. If I add a page after page 5 and I put like 19 counts in, page 6 needs to be renamed to page 7, page 7 needs to be renamed to page 8, right? See, it all just like kind of moved down. That update thing can't be added to the undo table because then it would mess up everything. And so I don't think it does. Yeah, see, like it didn't add it. I'm so smart. That took a while. But did I talk about decision paralysis yet? Is that in this take? This is like my fifth take because the dog keeps jumping on me and things keep breaking. Um, let's talk about it later. It's fine. We also have subsets when we do the marching arts. Uh, not that difficult if you just have a few 8A, 8B, 8C, easy enough. But what if we want to add something after 8B? I don't want it to be a subset at 20 count. I didn't really know how to handle this, and I spent a lot of time thinking about it. A lot of hours I wish I had back. But can you guess what it's going to do? I'm hoping it does what I say it does. Create a page after 8B that is not a subset. So we are creating page 9 effectively. What happens to 8C? Does it become, is it 9C? Is it 9A? Is it a new page? If you said 9A, you're correct, because that's what I think it should be. And so we kind of have these pages separated into pages that are subsets and pages that aren't subsets. And also, I'm like, what happens when you get to subset Z, which I have never seen, and I don't think anyone should ever do. What if it happened? I don't want everything to break. This is also not tested. I have never tried this. Wait, and if we really keep going. What just happened? Page 9. Hello? Oh, maybe the quantity was bad. Yeah, that's probably what it was. And then we just go here. Yeah, so that's what I meant. Sorry, the quantity thing probably that wasn't working. So we go from 9A, B, C, D, E, F, G to double A, 9A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, A, F, and then to B. Will it go all the way to triple A? Coded it to do that. God, I hope no one ever does that. But then if you add a page, I'm really stress testing this thing. Let's say you add a page after 9X and it's not a subset. Does everything under it turn into something else? Let's make this like 16 counts. It all changes. It all changes like to its own thing. But, and then the inverse is true. If I put it back, I got rid of N. I really don't know if this is going to work. Then it goes back. I knew that was going to work. It goes back. And I'm saying a lot. This process took me like a week and a half. Not because like, well, maybe I'm a bad coder, but also like this is only something I'm doing in my free time, right? But I hope I never, ever, ever, ever have to touch page naming. I thought about it more than I care to ever think about it again. Great. On page naming, the whole rehearsal mark thing that didn't even matter, like going away soon anyway, because I started implementing music, big announcement. A lot of people say like the biggest thing missing from OpenMarch to make it usable right now, like it sucks, but someone could use it. But the real reason people can't use it right now is because, whoopsie, I hope there's nothing in there. The real reason people can't use it right now is, all right, real reason people can't use it right now is because it doesn't have support for music. You can't create shows with music XMLs. You can't put any audio in there. Here's my current idea. Already have been analyzing the music XML format. Basically everything does it. My idea is you just import the music XML and then a WAV file that's aligned to that. And hopefully it magically lines up. Hopefully. I have a lot of testing I need to do. I have a lot of testing I need to do. One of my ideas was importing it into Logic, and then Logic like has very sophisticated like tempo detection, and then having a user generate something based on Logic out Garage. Like does this require a Mac to be used? Like it shouldn't. That like there should be a better way around it. I haven't really thought of a lot. But the leave my change. Um, yes, yes. Okay. Dash. Here's what I've been working on, and it's been a nightmare. Not because I don't love it, but because I get into this state of paralysis. Should March support time signatures with a denominator of 64? Should we have 64th notes? Most people would say, no, don't have the 6. What if a random indoor group needs a time signature with a 64th note denominator? What if someone's pulse is judged by a double dotted 64th note? Who are they going to blame? I don't know. What really needs to happen is I really need to just limit my scope, because that's been the eternal problem with OpenMarch is I want to do everything all at once. We got measures now. None of this is implemented. It's all broken. If I try and launch this right now, it will not work. We have measures which have beat units. So a beat unit is like one of these things. It's like a whole how dotted half to. I basically was like, the most we're going is dotted 16th. Maybe we have a 64th, but it doesn't really matter. And then these are going to be in the page. And then the page is going to have measures and then a measure offset. If the measure offset is 3, you start on beat 3 of the first measure. If the offset is -2, you start on the second to last beat of the last measure. Hypothetically, I downloaded a score of, I don't know what this is perihelion? Yeah. I've been looking at Music XML, how that is organized, figuring out how that is going to all factor in. If I am a indoor guard designer, do I have sheet music at all? Do I need to, if I'm doing a marching band, obviously there's some sort of ground truth of sheet music that I'm using. If I'm a guard designer, which I'm not, is it just an MP3 that I made in GarageBand? Like, is there any sheet music that's part of this equation at all? If not, then clearly OpenMarch can't rely on this measure system to keep track of pages. There has to be multiple options, and they have to, like, I was going to combine measures and pages, and then there was going to be something like that, but then I thought that would make things too compartmentalized, and then every time I add something to a page, it like breaks the whole database, and so I have to just restart OpenMarch, all of my previous existing stuff, which is fine right now because I'm the only one that uses it. Eventually, I really have to release this thing. At that point, I need to figure out version control, stuff like that. Really anything. Yeah, this was kind of a rambler. I don't really have much else to say. I could ramble about OpenMarch for hours. Always, if you're interested in helping, Discord. My first goal with OpenMarch, I think I've said this before, is indoor groups. That is what I'm hoping OpenMarch's bread and butter is very soon. If I can be, and if this, not me, if OpenMarch can be an entry level like drill editor and like serve most indoor ensembles, I'm gonna consider that a huge victory already. Like if this never touches a marching band, whatever, right? But like I've heard people that write drill on PowerPoint, on Photoshop, on paper, like art. Like it's not that this task isn't so complicated that you need something crazy, right? Okay, 20 minutes. That's it. Yeah, cool. Have a good. I'll see you guys in a month.